Okay, we're live. Hello, hello, everybody. It's Sharon and Sarah here from Content Sparks with our brand new release for 2021. The first one to kick off the year is going to be absolutely fabulous. And this one is called Packaging and Pricing Your Services. So it's perfect for you if you're a coach or a course creator, and if you work with any kind of service providers at all. So anyone who provides services, whether it's an accountant or a hairdresser, a wedding planner, or a plumber, or coaches, consultants, freelancers, virtual assistants, the list goes on and on. And the reason is that a lot of people just do, a lot of service providers are focused more on price and individual items that they offer, which makes it very overwhelming for their clients and difficult to buy because they focus on those individual things and what the offer is in terms of pricing and individual things versus an outcome and a solution. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview of the course and some of the key concepts in there, but I've done a pretty long sneak peek video on the sales page where I open up all the materials. So we're not going to do that in here. We're going to focus on the high-level concepts of what's covered in the course, and then we're going to look at individual pieces and what you can do with them. And Sarah has an example of something she's used already because she got early access. She got special early access there. So she's already used something that I think you just pulled out today. Like, okay, I'm going to do something, half an hour, done, with some of the materials. So she's going to show you that, and we're going to go through the bonuses so you can see some of that and some ideas for using that. All right. So I've got the URL there in case you didn't see it in the email. Leave any comments in the comments below. Ooh, look, scrolling. Woohoo. In the comments below, you can do that. We should see them so that we can answer them and address them. And what I'm going to do actually is share my screen and go through a couple things right away. Let me share that. And I'll hide this at the moment, but it's contentsparks.com/package services so that you know the URL. And what I was thinking, Sarah, is that I'd open up a few of the slides, like the key graphics, so you can just talk through some of the high-level points. And then we'll go into just whatever you want me to open. Okay? You guide that.
The roadmap first, please.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do first. So let's see.
Hello, Bridget, you've got it already, just like me. It's fabulous, isn't it? And you do amazing things with this.
Is it Bridget? Yes. Okay. All right. So let's get a look at that. I'm going to find here. You know what I'm going to do? I just decided is in the main student folder. There's a folder. You can't see it because this is all really tiny, but there's a folder called graphics examples. And what this is the graphics that are all in the course book and on the slides. And if I open up the PowerPoint, this is something I was just realizing is also a great way to give an overview of the course, because these are just the graphics. So you have to go through the course and make sure you know what's in everything. Whoops, I just closed it out. But this way we can actually go through some of the high-level points. All right, let me just hide some of this a little bit. So this is the roadmap of the course, right? So what you're going to do, this is very high level. You're going to learn and teach others all that with the brandable materials. First, by identifying current profitable services and clients. So when it comes to packaging your services, you want to first just make sure you know which are the most profitable and who are the most profitable clients, because those are ultimately who you're going to focus on. It doesn't mean you're cutting out anyone else, but that's the first thing you focus on. You pinpoint their needs. That's the second one, because you want to have your packages based on their prime needs and the outcomes that will be. Then you outline package ideas, and we go through in there, or you will teach in there different ways to package things, the top few ways, and have examples. They'll estimate the price. So you want to make sure you're pricing it so that it will be profitable. You check it, test it with some of your current clients so you know that your package ideas will actually sell. So you need to always do that and get that feedback. Then you want to detail what's in your packages. You want to get really, really detailed of what's included so people's expectations are clear as well. So there's a clear outcome, and then there's the features of what go into the package. Draft a package creation plan so you know what you already have, what you need to create, what your most popular package is going to be. So what's that core one that you might promote as your signature one? And then outlining sales materials and a marketing plan. So this is not a marketing course on how to market your packages, but you still want to cover that to some extent in the course. And then you can add on when you do a bigger curriculum of other courses. So they would get started doing a plan and outlining some of the key things. And then you can dive in deeper on certain tactics. So if you know your audience will do a really great job with live video in marketing their packages, then you go into live video marketing and get that course. But you're going to start them out here. You're not going to just leave them hanging. All right. So that is the high level roadmap. I was going to open up the detailed one as well, but that may be a little bit too much. Can you see that? That's a little bit too much to go through. So I'm not going to go through that. You can see that. Let's go back to this. So what I'm showing you here are all the graphics that are in the whole, in the course book. I can't speak today. And this is the 4-step process for doing the packaging. So you identify your client's need. You're going to upgrade your business model with packages. So that's those service packages. Create the package plan. You create your marketing plan. That's the really, really high level process. And then let's see, I'll just skip around a little bit. This is some of the reasons that you would want to package your services. I said a few of these. It clarifies what your offer is. You save time customizing. So you're not, one of the issues for a lot of service providers is they're creating a custom package for every single client. So they look at their needs, and every time you're starting again and picking and choosing. And while you can offer a la carte, if you're customizing something every time, you're wasting a lot of time. It becomes very complicated. It makes it harder for someone to buy because they can't make up their mind either. Whereas if you do base it just on a need, based on solutions, it is easier to make a decision. And you'll generate more revenue, help more people, get better results because they will know, and you'll be packaging the things that you know they need, but you're selling them the outcome, which is much easier to buy. You can have some upselling, increased reach. What else do we have in there? It's more value. They get access to more things. So lots of different reasons. Easier to find the right solution is a really big deal. I just had this with wedding planning when we were buying some wedding planning services because my daughter's getting married in the fall and it's kind of a destination wedding, so we needed help. And there were 3 clear packages, and then you could add on some hours, and it just made it very easy to do. And also what the wedding planner did is limit certain packages. So she only had a certain amount of time, and some packages she just only sold a certain number of. And that was that. And that made it more exclusive, higher price. I think we were trying to estimate what her hourly rate was just by kind of breaking it down, and it was a lot. I don't know, it worked out to like $500 an hour if she were charging individual hours, which was pretty amazing. Not that we were paying that. What else? Let's skip through a few other slides. So you look at profitability, or you pick who your most profitable clients are by looking at sales. You look at where your clients are, things like, are they starter, intermediate, advanced? The course goes through 3 main types of packages. So there's tiered pricing, and there's examples of each. There's pre-booked blocks, so say something like a coach, and there's task focused. So something like what was the first one? The tiered pricing is things like do it yourself, do it with you, done for you, those types of packages. or here's an example. So things like if you help, oh, this is so relevant to me right now. I'm trying to declutter. The do-it-yourself would be somebody telling you what you need to do. Do it with you is I'm going to help you. You're going to do some of it. I'm going to do some of it. And done for you is I'm just going to come in and do it all for you. So it's say setting up your business, setting up all your social media, whatever that is. It's tiered pricing there. And then there's things like pre-booked blocks. So the tiered is good for things like the wedding planners that I said, or somebody say setting up a website. The pre-booked blocks is things like a certain number of hours. So if you were a coach, you might have one price for a month of coaching, 3 months, 12 months, but you have an outcome that you want to focus on each one. And I think there are some examples here. In the course itself, there's some examples. I'm not going to give it all away. I'm not going to tell you all of it because we want to get into those bonuses, right? Here's an example of task focused package. So something like a virtual assistant might offer a social media package, an email marketing package, a blogging package, and then have some extra hours that you could add on. So they have certain packages and really detail what you get out of it. Like social media might be a certain number of posts per month, a strategy call, and something like that. Email might be doing a weekly newsletter. So there's that. You want to be really specific on it. And again, it makes it easy to sell. And let's see, what else do I have here? There are some other examples in here. And you want to have different price points so that you can appeal to different people's budgets, because someone might want to have you do it all for them, but they don't have the budget. So they start with the lower one, with the do it yourself, and then work up to it. So that's really good to do. You want to focus on value. So these are just some examples of the value versus price. Low, medium, I said this. Low prices, you're estimating your cost. We also touch on the marketing side and how it fits into this customer lifecycle marketing model. So that's important too, is thinking about how your packages fit in there. So we have a whole course on customer lifecycle marketing in this model, but it gets introduced in here so that you look at how your packages, how those 3 packages fit into your larger sales process in your business. Because someone might start out at one point, but move to a different package later. So it's important to look at how they all fit together and how they fit together in a sales process. This is just some other graphics. We talk about upselling, downselling, cross-selling. I just mentioned that, how they fit together. There's some other examples in here. Other examples, I'm not going to go through all of this. It's important when you do get to the marketing side of things that you're looking at the end benefit, that outcome, and what makes you unique, your UVP. So going back to the coaching example, oh, you can't read this really. You have to make sure you have the outcome. So these are different pricing things, 1 month, 3 months, 12 months, but there's a different outcome for each one of those, going down to the 12 months where it's reviewing your first year and course correcting and stuff like that. You have to name your package. So that's important to make it memorable. There are names for levels like good, better, best, freelance, small team, enterprise. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of this sort of thing before. And taglines. What else do we go through in here? I'm almost done, I promise, with the overview, right? These are sort of the basic things you want to have on the sales page. Sorry, what did you say? What'd you say?
Wait to get into the bonuses, Sharon. So hurry up.
Yeah. Okay. There's the flow, and then there's just some things on different ways. So that is everything on there. So that was a way to give you a really quick overview too, just using the graphics from the course book and that overview. So that's it. I'm not going to give you any more on that. Sorry, you have to get the course. I can give you an overview of the lead magnet. Would that be helpful?
I think you've jumped into the course on the page. You've gone through it in the video in great detail. So
okay. Yep.
worried about what's in it, and you shouldn't be, because you know Sharon and Content Spark stuff by now. You know it's all fabulous. Right? You're just looking for a reason to buy it. So just get over there and watch that video on the sales page, and you can see it all in great detail.
Yeah.
Now open bonuses, please.
Okay. So back we go again. Let me close this up. You don't need to sit. So that took 15 minutes to go through the whole thing. The graphic. Pretty good, right? Yeah. Well, it is high level. All right. Launch bonuses. I won't look at the upgrade pack yet. Okay. Though it's pretty quick and easy to tell you, but that's just the module quizzes and the Trello board. Launch bonuses. We've got the challenge and the planner template. Which one do you want to see first?
Let's start with the challenge.
Okay.
Because this is a great way to re-engage your group and kickstart your email list and get an interaction again. This is a really great bonus.
Yeah, and what this is, it's based on the opt-in report. So it's 5 reasons you're not selling more of your services. And it goes through, you're not going to be able to read this, are you?
Entertaining enough, Barb. Barb's already got it. She's here for the entertainment.
All right, the pressure's on. Oh no.
You need a top hat and a stick and
I'm putting that on you, Sarah. All right. So this is going to be good, the challenge, because people are going to come away with really solid, actionable results. And you get the emails. Don't have to be emails, can be live streams, can be both. Actually, I prefer both, because then you do the live stream and then people get to read it as well, and you give them their assignment. Then there's some worksheets in here. All you have to do is brand everything. Use some of your own language. The intro is great as your intro live stream. And then there are the challenge topics, which are the 5 reasons are here. Let's make this. Oh, this is where I can show you something that you can use with the challenge. And you didn't know this, Sarah. I didn't tell you this in advance, so I'm going to surprise you. Do I have it open already? Yes, I do. Look at that. Okay, so this is an infographic that comes in the lead generation materials. And you could use this with the challenge to give you a high-level view, kind of as a summary. So the 5 reasons that you go through over the 5 days of the challenge are: you're giving your client too many options, you're not giving them enough, you're focusing too much on price, you're not meeting the most common needs. And then the last one is it's too difficult for your client to choose, which leads them into buying your course and starting to design their packages, right? And in the challenge and in the opt-in report, there are steps that they have to take after each one. So like the first action is reviewing. Here, let me make this full size so you can actually see, right? Because I know you can't see it. 100%, one page. Nah, you still can't see it. Yeah, you're just gonna have to buy it. Sorry. Well, I'm not sorry, but anyway.
I'm gonna get great results with it. You don't regret buying
I love it. You can see it from the let's go back again. Where'd I go? From the worksheets. There. You can kind of see it there. So they get the options you're currently offering your clients, and deciding, is it essential? Is it unique? So there are different activities in here, different from in the course, that leads them up to wanting to buy the course. So it gives them some quick wins, their service providers, looking at why they're not selling their services and doing a little bit of additional planning. And it gets them seeing that they need to package things. So where they're having problems, where they're focusing on price versus value, stuff like that. All right. I interrupted you. What were you going to say?
I was just saying the dog is barking. Always a sign to buy it. You know, she only ever barks when she's giving her validation for it. And she was going mental. I had to put myself on mute because she was going so crazy. Got a question from Lydia. from Lydia.
Just wondering, does someone need to have an established client base in order for this course to work for them, or can someone just starting out find the course useful as well? So
starting out would love this, wouldn't they? Because it saves them so much heartbreak. And I'm just thinking about when my husband used to price his transport stuff. I was never allowed to price, right? Because somebody would, with the transport, the delivery, the pricing was done per loaded mile. Yeah. So from London to Edinburgh, that was 660 miles, and you would charge £1 per loaded mile. Now, when I was on the call, I would get everything mucked up, right? And I would quote £50 for London to Edinburgh. Now, the fuel in the van would cost like £200. I couldn't price it right. So in those early days of starting the business, I was forbidden to give anybody any kind of price. The minute it got to how much, I had to hand the phone over to somebody else in the business because I couldn't price properly. Now, I'm not the only idiot out there who can't price properly. So if somebody's just starting out in their business, learning how to package and price saves them so much heartbreak. And the other thing is with it is it eliminates the scope creep because it is so clear and specific. It eliminates all of the things that people have issues around. So if you've got people who you think you can get onto your challenge, even if they're just starting out, they're going to get massive benefit from this. You're going to be their hero, Lydia, because you're saving them months of grief and trying to work things out and not understanding things. I'll let Sharon add it now because people will say I'm talking too much again.
No, you're not talking much. What I was going to say is you will need to customize it a bit. So the portions where it says, okay, look at your current clients and who are most profitable, you're going to take that out and you're going to want to edit it, customize it so it's so that they're estimating. So they're going to have to make some more guesses. They're going to estimate which things are going to be the most profitable. When they do what are their costs, they're going to estimate what they would charge for their time and what it's going to cost them to deliver something. When they look at client needs, they're not going to be able to look at their current clients, but they can look and talk to people who would be their current clients, who are examples, and explore with them what could be, what are their main needs and the different packages and stuff. So you just have to adjust that and do some customization there on that. That's why you get it as brandable, so that you can do that kind of customization to it. All right. So hopefully that's clear, and that's what you were hoping to hear. Okay. And like I said, you just go in and customize that and tweak. Try and focus on tweaking things versus trying to do major changes. Usually I find you can do that without having to make a lot of major changes. So it might be, rather than talking where it says pick 5 clients, 5 of your best clients, you could just say, okay, pick 5 people that you know who would be a good client. Or go into, if you're networking in Facebook groups where your ideal clients are, offer to gift someone the program if they're willing to go through a beta test and give you feedback. I just saw that in one of the groups that I'm in, somebody who's doing a copywriting course, basically, and people jumped on it. They definitely wanted it. She ended up with like 150 requests to try out and give feedback on the course. So that's an option as well for testing it out. And then you have feedback and you have testimonials and all that sort of thing. But it works with, in the course itself, you can tell people to do that. You can do it yourself. You can tell people. All right. Hopefully that's clear. All right. What else? Back to the challenge. Do you want to talk about that at all?
To the challenge. What else have we got apart from the challenge? Because the challenge and the worksheets are fantastic for engaging your communities. But what else have we got in there?
So in the launch bonus, and that's the bit that's only available until Wednesday if you get the Blaze package, there's also this planner template, and this is really good as well. So in the course, they do some planning. There's stuff in an action guide where they plan out their packages. But what we did as a bonus is we pulled out some of those pages and made them pretty in a PowerPoint so that it's easy for you to brand them, and you can make it as a really nice separate printable PDF as a bonus or a handout of some sort. So this, I think this could be a lead magnet too, because you're not giving a ton of directions, which you don't want to do in a lead magnet. You just want to give them something useful with a little bit, and have them sort of do some planning. But then if they really want guidance on how to do this, they would want to take your course. So while you have the challenge and other stuff in there, this could be another one. And why not have more than one, right?
And that's the other thing. When you deliver it as a challenge, you've got that last day where you introduce them to the course. You can actually give them this for showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Give them minutes to print it off while you're talking about various bits and pieces, what they've learned over the last 5 days. But then you can get them doing stuff on that last day, and you can say, let's go to page 1 and complete out this, let's go to page 2 and complete this. Because as they're doing stuff, they start to realize, although that they've done incredible the last 5 days, they've still got gaps in their knowledge. They still need something to take the next level. And the ones that are not ready have had tremendous value, and will be writing you testimonials and LinkedIn recommendations for the next whoever knows how long, because they'll be so excited for how you've helped them in the challenge and with this planner. And those that are ready to invest and take the program with you are going to be really excited, because you've made the whole flow of it so easy for them.
Exactly.
And that's an important element, isn't it, in this, that you make the buying process very easy for people to buy from you, because if there's so many hoops to jump through, they won't buy from you.
Exactly. And if you're worried about giving too much away, I'm going to show you a comparison between this, which is this high-level planning template, and the planner that is the upgrade bonus, right? Because in the course itself, that we have everything, a lot of planning going on. Let me show you in the course, if you remember, Sarah, where'd it go? In the student materials, along with the action guide, there's this spreadsheet. Actually, I do have it open. So there's a spreadsheet where they do a lot of the planning, looking at their services, looking at clients and their challenges. And that's where Lydia, something like this tab, you were asking if they don't have clients already, what they do. This is another place where you would have them talk to people who would be their ideal client and get information, and then fill out this kind of thing. So you can see there's a whole spreadsheet with different tabs at the bottom where they do planning, including this last detailed one where they lay out everything. So if you get the upgrade package as well as the Blaze package, we put this into a detailed PowerPoint and Canva. So do you mind me jumping to the upgrade bonus?
Go on then.
Go on then. I'm going to open up the PowerPoint one, not the Canva one. I can show you the Canva one. So here's that same spreadsheet, but in a PowerPoint. And you can see that it's way more than what was in that planner. This is the sort of thing that you would not give away as a lead magnet, because there's no way they could complete this on their own without the course. They need to go through the client stuff. There's 42 pages here. So it's basically
a nice printed KDP book, and you can add some plain pages for people to do brain dumps, and by the time you've added the bit about you and other bits and pieces, this could make a nice physical print. And you don't
you'd need to add instructions to it then, because right now it's there as an accompaniment to the course. Yeah. So what you do if you wanted to do it on KDP is add instructions, more instructions on each section to explain it. So you could pull individual bits out of the course for that to make it a whole paid thing, and then have a call to action in the beginning of it so that when people are looking at it and looking at buying it, they have a link to the course that they can see. But printable on KDP, not on Kindle. You cannot sell this on Kindle.
No.
Very
The other
important.
thing is you can do print on demand with Lulu or somewhere else and actually send a copy to people who buy it, and it could be an unexpected bonus that they get something through the door. And I know if I got something like that, I'd be really excited. I mean, and if you're charging say 297 for this course, to send something like this to somebody's door costs less than $15, including postage. So you've got something that really has a nice experience to it, that it sits on somebody's desk and they have your name on the front cover. It might say Lydia Fernandez or Barbara Gemma, and you're there in their hands as well as on their screen and everywhere else. You're physically in their hands. And books and things like that are really portable. People, even though it says books are not transferable, you read something that's good, you say to somebody, oh yeah, I read that, do you want to borrow that, or can I borrow that? And the same goes with your planners. You might not write in it for whatever reason, but you've got somebody who comes to you and says, oh, I'm stuck with this, and you say, oh, I've got something that can help you. And that's it, you're in somebody else's hands who looks at that and they say, oh, what's this course on the front page? And then they're on your website. It's a really wonderful thing to do.
And you just add your branding to it like you do if you have a design, because it's in PowerPoint, you could at least get it started with using some of theirs, just as an aside. Or you could also just give it to people who are at your higher level package of your course. So your own VIPs could be the ones who get the printed planner. So again, this is the bonus for getting the Blaze package, and the upgrade is this whole long 42-page planner. So I also like the idea of just giving it to people who maybe also sign up for group coaching or some one-on-one coaching. That's their special gift of this planner. So, okay. I will show when we have it in Canva as well. So if you prefer and you don't like using PowerPoint, we do it in Canva. And we talk about Canva all the time. So there's a link inside the PDF that opens it up, and then you just say use template, and you make sure you have an account with Canva. I actually did give a preview of this in the sneak peek, so I'm not going to go long into this, but it's already set up in Canva, and you can just do some changes to it. Like,
pretty.
Isn't that? And then it's easy to. What I would do with this is leave the leaves and just grab a background to put maybe a color or something like that that's going to quickly change the look of it without having to get rid of all those leaves. Lots of things. You could do a color. Do they have the color picker? Oh, here is this in the free version too? Where it gives you the photo colors and you can just pick a color from the photo if you want to make it more subtle like that. That's one way to do it as well. So lots of different things. Don't go too crazy with too much color, because then when people print it, it uses up too much of their ink. All right. And then you can just go and change that. And there's places to put your photo in and all of that fun stuff. Okay. So that is the upgrade bonus, right? And the upgrade pack, I mentioned that you get that bonus with getting the upgrade and the Blaze, but I didn't actually show you the upgrade pack, did I?
No. And the quizzes are really good for testing people at the end of the module and making sure that they understand it. And if you add a live call to your package, so your course isn't just a course package, but you've got a course and some calls to iron out the kinks, having these quiz modules at the end of it gives people questions to ask on the call, or it irons out the kinks so that you can do other things on the call. So instead of your call taking 4 hours because you've got so much that they're not quite sure of, having these quizzes at the end of the modules is a really good thing, because it stops them, or in my case, I stop them moving on when they don't understand it. I make them go back and do the course bit again. And the videos are bite-sized videos, so I'm not giving people hours of work to redo. Just that if they don't understand something, they're not going to be able to layer upon the knowledge in the next module. So to send them back so they can pass the quiz is a really good thing.
Yeah. And if you're doing it live, so say you want to run the course live initially, and one really quick way to get it out there is to just take the slides, do all your branding, whatever you want to do on them, break them up and deliver them in a group. It doesn't have to be a Facebook group. It could be some other community. There's lots of software out there these days. And you could deliver each one, let people go off and do their action steps, give them maybe the cheat sheet as something to review, and then come back again to discuss it and use these quizzes as the questions to test people. Okay, you went off and you did that. Did you understand it? You know, let's take a first one. Which is one of the most common ways to package up your services, and it gives a list. So you could run a little poll depending on what software you're using. Zoom lets you do polls. A lot of webinar things, Demio lets you do polls, stuff like that. So you can do true, false. So it's not going to work exactly the same as in an online course platform, like you said, Sarah, where they are actually testing themselves. Instead, you can make it that discussion point when you come back for your group, or during a session too. So you deliver it in those mini bite-sized lessons live, and you ask people at the end those questions from the quizzes to test their knowledge before you send them off. So it could be either way. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what you said no to, because I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name. I'm sorry. But I'm not sure if you could elaborate what you answered no to. I'm not really sure. All right. I think I've gone through the main things that I wanted to go through. So, Sarah, is there anything else you want me to open up here?
No.
Well, the Trello board. No, let's open the Trello board.
I've forgotten all about the Trello board.
How could you forget the Trello board? We were just talking the other day about other options to PDF. So not everyone wants to print a PDF worksheet. Not everyone wants to have a fillable
Brilliant.
PDF, because we were talking about these fillables. Oh, no to pick color. Okay. Yeah, they don't have that pick color in Canva, but because it gives those photo colors, it makes it easy to grab a color right there. So you don't even have to worry about the color picker. Though I do love that color picker in other programs. It's a shame they don't do that. I'm going to have a chat with them about that. So we were saying that people don't always want to print. I never print a PDF. And if I do, I never end up using it. And then I feel like I've wasted all that paper, because I just don't like writing stuff. I know you learn better with the physical writing. Don't give me a hard time, Sarah. I know you're going to say that, but not me, because I wouldn't be able to read it afterwards. So it doesn't really make any difference. It's not going to help.
You should be a doctor.
Because I don't actually write anything. I think you start to, it gets worse and worse. I never had good handwriting to start with, and now it's just worse. And I'm in too much of a rush, and then it's all a mess. So it's much quicker to type. And with the fillable PDFs, and that's what people were asking on our last VIP call about doing fillable PDFs. The problem with them is often there isn't space. Firstly, they're very time consuming to create. So you don't want to really do that if you can avoid it. The whole point is to speed things up and just get your course out there. But also for people filling it in, it doesn't always fit, or you only have a short answer and then you have all this wasted space. And I just don't find them very helpful personally. But a digital way to do it is these Trello boards. And this again is in the upgrade pack. So what we've done is we take the action guide and put it into this tool. Trello, you don't need the paid version for this. Free is perfectly fine. And each one of these columns corresponds with one of the modules. And then there are the tabs underneath. Let's pick one that have the action steps. So here's one, and it opens up, and then there's a checklist. And the checklist is all the action steps. So they can go in and just check it off as they go. And then you add your branding to this whole board. These images at the top are created in Canva, and we give you the link to that so that you can actually change them to yours, changing the background, all very easy. But you give it to your students, they make a copy of it. And then if they want to add things, they have the checklist, but they could just add an extra card in here. Oh, I don't have it open. I'm not logged in, so I can't actually do that. It doesn't work if you don't make a copy of it. So that's important too. And once your student makes a copy and starts working on it, it's theirs. So that's all there is. I guess I could, let me see if I have a login handy here. No, I don't. So I'm not going to show you. All right.
One thing that's with this is you've got that template link there. So you can open it up and create your branded images. So if you don't like the images that are on the Trello board, you've got the link there.
Mm-hmm.
Admin one where you can open it up and recreate your own little headers to fit it. And that's really handy to have because it then just takes minutes to customize and brand for your own thing rather than 10 minutes of everything else.
Here we go. Sorry, I got confused. There's the Canva link. It's in the second one.
Yeah. So they're all perfectly sized for you. So you can just go in and change the images to your own branding and everything else, then download them, unzip them and drop them onto the particular tabs on Trello. And then you can make them the cover and remove the other one. It takes 5 minutes. And it just makes it nice and personalized to your audience rather than using the colors that Sharon's chosen, and they're good. It's just, you know, your branding is different and you can do different things with it. And that's what I like about having these Trello boards is they're completely customizable to what I want them to look like. And, you know, it is a great thing to have people ticking off things when they're doing the program, whether it's having a checklist in front of them or whether it's another aspect entirely, or just in the Trello board where they can just tick it. And if they do that, when you do package up your courses and have calls, you know exactly where somebody's stuck because you say, show me your Trello board, show me where you've got. And all of a sudden they'd be, oh, I don't want to show you that, or I couldn't get it to work. And you know they haven't done the work. It could be, oh, here's my board and this is where I'm stuck. And you can then really help the person. So these tools help you deliver so much a better experience for your clients.
Yep.
I'm really glad to have them in the Content Spark stuff because they are really, really wonderful coaching tools.
And you love your Trello boards.
And
they're good for doing hot seats. Well, any of the content would be good. So if you decided to do a mastermind as maybe one of your higher packages to go with your course, so you can have packages for your course that come with different things. In the mastermind, you could have hot seats where they use that planner. So that was the bonus planner, the more detailed one, where you have somebody each week go through and pick out one part of that planner, and they're in the hot seat and people do discussions and share tips and stuff like that. So that's another option. Lots of different ways to use it. All right. I think I've gone through everything I wanted to go through now. And if anybody has any questions, remember that you can just add them in here and we'll see them. Let me go back to where we were a second ago and give you the link again, because I don't want you to forget about the link. Right there. Again, it's contentsparks.com/package services. All right. Anything else I want to, I just reaffirm again that you can use this yourself and teach it to others. All right. So go through it, apply it to yourself. If you're a coach, think about it in terms of coaching. So say you're a coach and you want to add an online course or maybe a series of courses. Sarah, how do you do this? Because you do this with yours, don't you? Don't you have packages?
I do have packages. And with this particular product, I'm affiliating with it because we spoke a couple of live streams ago before Christmas. And I'm saying you can use the content and be an affiliate and earn money off of it. So this particular product I've bought with the specific intention of being an affiliate.
I almost forgot. I knew there was something I almost forgot.
So this is my website, and if Sharon scrolls down, you'll see that I've customized one of the blog posts in the pack. And at the end of it, you'll notice that I have 2 little offers to people who
Don't look at this one. Only look at this one on the right.
You need both of them, to be quite honest with you. And I say that there. If you can afford to get them both, get them. And then if you can't afford to get them both, then start with Offer Cure, because that will help you make some money, and then come back and get the packaging and pricing your services. But I do think this particular series absolutely lends itself really well to affiliating. And it's not my intention to turn this into a program at this current moment in time. I may do at some point in the future, but what I'm mainly doing right now is pulling out the blog post content and optimizing the posts and putting in my affiliate stuff for OfferCure and obviously for the Content Sparks thing. And I'm also going to do a review post on reviewing packaging your services. And then I'll do a review post on OfferCure. And at the bottom of OfferCure, I'm saying, want to teach something? Go over and have a look at this, and then send them to the packaging your services. Because lots of people do a program and fall in love with the concept so much they want to go out and teach that. So having something ready for the people to teach is a really powerful thing. So that's exactly what I'm going to do for this particular one. The way I'm earning my money back for this is by being an affiliate and being one of Sharon's affiliates.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to actually do my own walk video and my own customization and sharing my own strategy in a blog post and sell some of it that way. So you don't have to turn it into a course to make money. I mean, it's great if you do, and that's the original intention. But a couple of times we've said on here, you can use this content to affiliate market, and we've had a couple of questions, and I've had people message me and say, what do you mean, Sarah, what are you talking about? So this is it in action. And I don't have anything other than those 2 products, and my main product that I'm going to be promoting will be the package your services, and I'll be using the other product to leverage it. And one of the things that in the blog post it says is give people a choice. Yeah. So if I only promote Sharon's product, if I only put in Sharon's product, I'm giving them the choice of nothing or Sharon's product. By sticking in the second product, I'm not giving them the choice of nothing. It's a Sharon's product or this. Yeah. So I'm doing exactly what the packaging is telling me to do.
Exactly. Right. And then actually you could also, if you're doing it as an affiliate, offer as an option your coaching services,
Mhm.
right, for selling it. So this is actually another idea that you could do, Sarah. So if you're promoting it as an affiliate, you know people who would want to teach it, you can offer your services to help them set it up as
Mhm.
a program that they're going to teach, help them with teaching tips, with coaching, so you can be the coach to the course creator as well,
Mhm.
right?
And if you're not an affiliate, but you have an audience who would respond to this, then you can get the package, go through, go through the pieces, go through your LinkedIn connections, see who would benefit, and then message them and offer them a demo, and then give them your affiliate link. So for 20 minutes on a call with somebody saying, look, I've seen this. I really think it fits what you do with your XYZ. Would you want to spend 20 minutes on the phone going through it? They come on, you get on Zoom, you say, look, here it is, there's this, and this is how you can customize it. So you're giving away potentially a free consult, but they become a customer, they're cooking to you, and you're now sitting back and getting rich on the commissions.
Right. Um, I'm not sure what the question is. So if you can just explain, do you mean doing it both ways, like teaching it and being an affiliate? Because if that's what you mean, then absolutely,
Absolutely.
absolutely. A
Mm,
lot of people do that, and because there are people who take the course and say, hey, my own customers could really, really benefit from this,
mm,
depending on, especially if you're teaching a course like packaging services, you might have a lot of coaches who have clients who would also want to do it. And then you can say, oh, well, you can buy a license to this as well, because once you have a license, you can teach it, and that's perfectly okay. People buy licenses. Some people are afraid to do that because they think that it reduces their credibility that someone else has written the course. Not at all. You purchase a license, you're the one teaching it, you're the one sharing your expertise. So then others would do the same thing, and you could then coach them into how to customize it because you've already done it yourself.
mm.
And they need to learn how to, we have various tutorials, but everyone always needs more help in setting it up or customizing it and how to do that. So that's another option. You can definitely do both. And then you're earning money back and you're getting both places. You're getting student fees, you're getting an affiliate fees, and then you can use some of your affiliate fees to set up your next programs, because there are so many that you could follow up with on this one. We have a suggested curriculum in there. So when you purchase, you'll get that, and you'll get a coupon for a lot of the suggestions. So things like how to create sales pages that convert, I think, is one of the ones in the suggested curriculum. And that's a really good one because they might have set up their initial sales page, but be having trouble with more of the sales copy. So you can put them through a whole program or have it as an add-on or an upsell on how to create their sales pages. A matter of fact, I wonder, I can try and find that to show you. Do you want to see it?
Yep, we want to see it.
Um, all right, keep talking.
Okay, keep talking. I was going to say something really, really important, but it's gone in and it's come out the other side. Um, I think it was around, you know, when you're teaching this, you have your own unique teaching style. There's me, I'm British, I sound like the Queen. And any Brits watching, don't you dare argue. You know and I have my own experiences which I infuse into the content. You've already heard me talk about how I used to price for my husband's business and how I was banned from pricing from my husband's business. So you get a lot of my experience, my husband's experience, and our combined experience as business owners infused into our content. So what you deliver is always going to be different from what I deliver, because you don't have my experiences. You don't have my disastrous pricing experiences. You may have your own ones. So we can both have the same pieces of content, the same program, but how they are delivered to our audiences are different. If you think of geography teachers, one person's geography teacher can be brilliant and they deserve a knighthood, and other people say, gosh, they're really rubbish, but they're teaching the same syllabus, they're teaching the same content. What makes it good or bad is the teacher, and that's you. And you get better with every single course that you do. I've said before on these lives, my first blogging one was like a smorgasbord of food for bloggers. It was so big, it was so huge, it was overwhelming because I did not know, and to this day, I probably still do not know how to properly structure a course. So I can use Content Sparks as the framework. And, if I want to do my own program, I do a Content Sparks framework. I take one of the programs, I delete out everything in it except for the action steps, the module, and the debrief. And then I put in my own slides, and then I go in and write my action steps. So even when I'm doing my own stuff, it still matches the Content Sparks because I use the courses as a framework, because I'm not a course expert. My expertise is being there in the front line of a business, learning, oh my God, you can't tell someone 50 quid from London to Edinburgh. That's my experience. That's my expertise of doing it all wrong and then figuring out how to do it right. It's not creating courses. So that's where Sharon and Content Sparks comes in. They save me hours. And my courses, although we have the same framework, are going to be totally different from yours. Even if we never customize them, my little anecdotes, my little experiences, your anecdotes, your experiences, they make them completely different.
Yeah. So just make sure and you go through, read it all through. We give you the outline. You can see that in that sneak peek video I did on the sales page where I open everything up. And this that I'm showing now is just that curriculum that I mentioned, that you get inside the materials, you get this suggested curriculum of some other courses, and there's a coupon that comes with it. So there's the packaging and pricing your services. I think the theme of this curriculum, you always want to have a theme on your series, is growing a profitable service business. So I mentioned sales pages is in there. Another really good one that's in there is from prospect to paying client, because that goes through how to use free strategy calls to sell your services. So when you do a free strategy call and you're selling, it's so much easier when you know their needs to match them up with a package versus trying to sell them a whole number of different things or just a whole bunch of hours. Right. So that's going to make your life a lot easier in there as well, because you're going to explore needs, and then the two courses then work really well together. Getting interviewed on podcasts, live video, those are both really good things. And then you can add more on. These are just some suggestions that you can do in different ways. All right. So I just want to make sure you saw that. Let's see what else. Don't go buying that curriculum as it is right now, because it is priced at a discount, but you're getting a bigger discount for this first one, the packaging your services during the launch. So just pick out what you need and use your coupon after you bought that. Okay. And that's everything. I'm not going to keep talking anymore. All right. All bought. I wish you would tell me how to pronounce your name. Please give me some phonetics. I hate not being able to do that. So Lydia, Bridget, a lot of people have bought it already. I was just looking at my dashboard. So we had some interest beforehand. I think we ended up with like over 1,000 people who were interested in this topic in teaching it, which just shows how popular it is. And if you get it and you act right away, start building your audience, start doing things like Sarah's doing with using some of the content to do some blog posts to build your audience, social media, stuff like that, you're going to be ahead of everybody else because a lot of people never take action. So I want to see you guys take action. And when you get it set up, make sure you join the customer group on Facebook and share, because you can absolutely share your links in there of things that you've created with Content Sparks. Okay. It's Snow White. All right, I'm just going to call you Snow White. That's it.
It's also Croatian, so it's Russian, Croatian, and something else. It's a popular name, and we can't pronounce it, which is so shameful.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to look it up after this because Google is my friend that way. No, I'm going to be looking it up, and the next time you're going to be on the Facebook Live, and I'm going to know how to pronounce it. Okay? And Lydia, you're like a drug. That's so funny. All right, guys, I'm going to close it up. We've been an hour. Sarah has another call. I got to get moving here, but we're going to be looking out for questions. Okay? Take care now. All right, I want to see your courses. All right, Croatian, I'll look it up. Bye-bye now.